Hey there, everybody. Happy Sunday. Part 2 of the videos for the 4 new journals that are going in the shop. This is the last of our current creative clusters, which were Pirates, Coffee Shop, Cook's Life, Granny's Attic, Farm Life, and Summer Day. I've spent the past couple days creating new creative clusters. So this is the last batch that features the creative clusters from last week, from 7/4. So starting with the listings that we'll do next week, starting on Monday. I thought that was something that would come up, but I think it's a pen mark. Sorry, I was a little distracted. We will have 6 new clusters to go in journals. Okay, let's get started. I love this fabric. It is very vintage fabric. I know these aren't daisies, but I'm going to call them daisies. They might be chrysanthemums, but I'm not sure. You guys will know. You ladies will know. You're so smart. I love the way that all of you like chime in, and because when I am doing these videos, sometimes I get really scatterbrained, or I get kind of caught up in talking to you guys about what's in the book, and then I can't recall details very quickly. But let's face it, I can't really recall details very quickly these days anyways. We've got a sweet little bead strand on our Vintage Daisy book, and of course she is like a big girl. I did not take out my ruler. Grab that real quick so we can see about her girth. She is 5 inches. And we have that nice 2-inch spine. To me, this, I used to do different size journals, but to me, this 5x7 is just like the perfect size, and I really enjoy putting these together. And that 2-inch spine kind of nestles the journal in here, so it's really a fun pleasure to work with. You guys, we have a bump right here. I'm knocking $2 off this journal because this paper did not adhere greatly to the cover. So $2 off, I mean, it doesn't, you have to turn it a certain way to kind of see it, but stuff like that really kind of bothers me. So I just wanted to let you know that this little book will be $40 instead of $42. We have life lessons. That's an interesting little topic for a journal, isn't it? We have life lessons today. The vintage pickup here is we had lessons from yesteryear, that we had lessons from March that we seem to have forgotten about at the moment. Remember, we've got our 6 clusters in here. This is the Summer Day cluster. Lots of fun things to play with. Of course, always art trading coin blanks, art trading card blanks. We've got 3x3 mini books for you guys, bookmarks, tags, vintage text, magazine pages. Tammy, why do you put magazine pages in your books? Because they are interesting. The font is interesting. The articles are interesting. This is a very interactive, readable kind of book. You can completely entertain yourself with it. So if you are if you're a person who has mobility issues, or you're recovering from an illness, or so here's the thing, this is a self-contained book. You need scissors and a glue stick to work in it. Nothing big is required. It's really simple, and it's fun to play with. It should trigger memories, good and bad. That's okay. There are places for you to write, like right here. This is a blank piece of paper under all this cluster work right here, and let it fly away. Maybe you're going to take this bookmark and this chippy along with the journal prompt that says, and let it fly away, and do just that. Make a list of things that you are just going to let fly away, that you're just going to let go of and put out of your stream of thinking. You know, maybe replace those things. God, that'd be a great list, you guys, a great journal prompt. So things you're letting go of, and things, positive things that you are replacing with the things you're letting go of, right? She was to remember. I love the way this little chippy turned out, because all of these colors that are in this sweet little moth are also picked up in these border strips. We have 1975 National Geographic. You guys know how much I love these. I am really digging, and these turn up in our new cluster kits, but these are like botanical entomology sort of things going on here, and I'm really having a lot of fun creating them, as well as these botanical pieces. And I did a little video about the botanical pieces that we're creating now. This is Life on the Farm, and a little flip book for you. I really enjoy these. These are a great way to use up any size strips you have, right? So you can do just the paper, which is the way that I do these, or you can make them into, we used to call those skinny books. So you can make it into a skinny book by just adding either lined paper or plain copy paper would be great. This is a street intersection in Madrid, Spain. This photograph was provided by TWA Airlines, so you can tell how old this encyclopedia is. There's an article about Madrid. This is Charlize Theron, Brad Pitt, and Adam Driver. It's kind of fun to think about stars and how they live, and you know, some of them are connected and some of them aren't. And I love map imagery. I think this is Florida. Yeah, Florida. Things are going on in Florida now. Upon a Shore, salvage script. Look at this. I know you will be enjoying the holiday season, getting together with all your family. Everyone here is doing good. Mom starts her chemo the week after New Year. She is getting anxious to get started. Wonderful story starters. Maybe it reminds you of your own journey or the journey of a loved one. Always read the salvage script. It's, you know, sometimes you just run across those things, and this happens to me a lot. I was reading, I was showing you guys one of these books the other day, and I ran across the name Virgil. Now, Virgil is really not a name that you hear often, but one of the producers of some original music that I did was named Virgil, and it was he broke his neck and he passed away. He broke his neck and he passed away about 15 years later. A very active person, especially loved the water. It was really sad. But when I saw that name, when I was flipping through this, and I was showing you guys, and you might have even noticed that I kind of stopped and got off track for a minute. This is A Cook's Life. That I, you know, hadn't thought about that in a while, and it was you know, just, I mean, sometimes you run across things that really resonate with you, and you know, if something really resonates with you, stop, just take that moment, feel that feeling, reflect that reflection, and proceed with your now, right? Don't get caught up in it, don't get caught up in the sadness of it, just reflect and take a moment, and then just move on. This is our pirate cluster, which just came together. So fun, you guys. A little bit of music right here for you. This guy's got a guitar. This guy's got a fiddle. Fiddle is one of my very favorite things. This says 25th. Again, you know, kind of picking up on that botanical theme that I've just really had fun with lately. These are terracotta soldiers, you guys. I don't know if you remember that, but like 19, you know, maybe 95, 96, the terracotta soldier army was discovered. So an emperor had this army created and buried in his tomb to protect him, and it is really amazing. The terracotta army exhibit came to the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts a while back, but it was one of those you got to pay for it exhibits, so I didn't get to go to that one. It's very fascinating if you guys get a chance to see it. More salvage script. I kind of love this because it's written in red. We have Korea, Japan, Indonesia right here. This is about Buddhist art. Hawaii receives the news of annexation in 1898. These are really cool pages. You could take a page like this and cut the photographs out of it and make chippies, or make, you know, you can make mini books or skinny books or whatever you want to do. Beautiful museum imagery. This is one of those pieces that I'm putting together with fabric, and it's really fun, you guys. Like I said, I'm not such a big sewer, and sewing kind of makes me nervous, but layering the fabric with Mod Podge and then sticking on embellishments is right up my alley. It helps me not fall into that I don't know how to sew pit, because I really don't know how to sew. I don't know how on earth people make things. If you can make a dress, make pants, make a jacket, make a blouse, I'm just really amazed by that kind of crafty sensibility. I would love to know how to do something like that, but I don't know if my patience could. That's a big job. I remember watching my grandma sew. I remember watching my mama sew. It's just a huge job. I believe this is coffee shop. So lots of fun things to play with right here. I like the words, vanilla bean and praline, shortbread. You know, what are the things you would see in a coffee shop? What are the things you might eat? The tastes you might taste. Fun. Coffee shops are, I told you guys the story about Corey coming home and he had drank all Shep's leftover coffee. Oh boy. Those were the days. You know, we think about, this is a 1940s-ish cookbook. You know, I love to compare the, so this was like cutting edge, state-of-the-art photography in the 1940s, and this is what food photography looks like now. Absolutely beautiful. Super cool. This is a shrine in Japan. I have a little virus magazine cut out for you. 1853 report to Congress, the Agricultural Department. I just like this. I thought it was fun. A very fun image to think about. You know, I worked in a salon. My business crashed several years ago. Well, I've had 3, but it's okay. We always bounce back. And only we didn't bounce back from the last one, but that's okay, because that's when we started doing something different. I worked in a salon, and I was just always I've never been a facial, I cut my own hair. My hair is waist length. I gather it up in the back and take some scissors and whack it off, you know, if I need something. But, you know, during the shutdown, it was isn't she really beautiful? This is Granny's attic right here. During the shutdown, people were freaking out. Didn't know, how to, you know, how are they going to do their nails? How are they going to do their hair? How are they going to get their massage? And it's oh my goodness, that's a really big thing. But you know, my salon life really did teach me that, yes, you know, that kind of thing is a big thing. It's a big deal when you can't get your hair done. We're going to call this Whimsey Flowers. I love this pattern. I think it is just so much fun. It really does speak to color, vibrancy. You know, the blue background is just very, very organic and, you know, sky kind of looking. The bead strand has lots of fun colors that pick up on the cover. This says the most noble. And of course, we've got our 3x3 mini book here. We start out with Summer Day. Now, you know, let's talk 3x3 mini book. It can be a glue book. It can be, you know, maybe a nature journal. Maybe you are using this time to reconnect with nature. Maybe you're taking long walks. Maybe you are having a new fitness routine, a yoga routine. So a little mini book only has 10 pages. And it's a great way to, you know, to start a journaling journey, you know, to start logging the things that you do during the day, or the places you go, or the people that you meet in your neighborhood that you didn't know that even lived there. We have new folks in our neighborhood, and, you know, typically you would see those folks out. Well, everybody's still like totally hunkered down, and we don't really know people anymore. We have a lot of young families, and to me that's very heartening to see. I love to see the kids on their bicycles, and I love to see moms with their strollers. This, when Chris and I moved in, Chris and I were probably the youngest people in the neighborhood. How that has changed in the past 12 years, 13 years. Gosh, we've been here 13 years. Because we, you know, now we're kind of, I mean, this is a mixed neighborhood. So we have young families with kids, we have retirees, we have people that are like super elderly that still live in their houses, which always kind of fascinates me. I believe if I were super elderly, I would not want to have the upkeep on a home. This is farm life right here. I would want somebody to come in and cut my grass. I would want my bushes trimmed. I wouldn't want to be trying to do that. My elderly neighbor will cut her grass on her riding lawnmower, and it takes her about 3 hours. And, you know, it's not that big a property, but I don't know. See, I keep thinking about things like that. I'm thinking, yeah, you know, home ownership, I don't know. You know, I don't know if it's such a great thing anymore. Very lucky am I to own a home. Very, 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 very lucky. Very lucky. Fortunate indeed. Big blessed. But, you know, am I going to want that responsibility the older I get? And, you know, I've got a birthday this month. So that's why I love the way all this plays together, you guys. You've got the airplanes here. You've got a private plane. You've got a glider plane. I forget, Bar Harbor. I believe this is in Maine. So you've got places to stay in Maine, approximate opening and closing dates. I love graph work and grid work. I think it's very interesting. And then we pick up on all that with this beautiful airplane cardstock right there. It's time to retire when you stop to think and sometimes forget to start again. Yippers. Yeah, and it happens. More of the botanical chippies. Kind of loving the botanical chippies. Speaking of chippies, you guys, if you join us over at Patreon at the $10 level, you get all of our printables, and we do chippy printables every Monday, and followed up with printables through the week. So, you know, and a lot of content that you don't see here on the YouTube is because I'm doing more content over at my Patreon site. So I will put that in the description box below if you want to check it out. This is Coffee Shop. A decadently rich caramel topping. That just sounds good right now. So we have food photography. You know, I love to take advantage of those home decor magazines. My home is super functional. It's not decor oriented at all. But you know, Chris has a place to work. I have a place to work. We have a place to watch TV. We have a good sized room where, you know, if he wants to have people over to practice music, you know, that's not a problem. We have a sunroom, we have a deck. Like I said, you know, I'm just super grateful to have a home. I'm just grateful to have a roof over my head and 4 walls and, you know, a fenced yard for me. You know, I could go on and on and on. This is like a rampage of appreciation. This is kind of like how it happens when you're not like super focused on everything that is going wrong in this time, place, day, time, month, year, whatever. You know, you just kind of want to change your thoughts. You know, Wayne Dyer said, change your thoughts, change your life. This is a really fun little package right here. It's called Pirates. And this says, take it to heart. More food photography. I really dig food photography. I just think it's a lot of fun. I love these old cookbooks. Rye pancakes, crisp cornbread, sour milk griddle cakes. My mom makes cornbread in a skillet. And honestly, it's like the best cornbread I've ever eaten in my whole entire life. I love cornbread. Paste your favorite recipes here. Maybe you want to do that. Maybe you want to pick up on some leftovers here. Leftover meat and mashed potatoes, meat patties, fried rice. The cold pack method of canning fruits. I gotta tell you guys, my neighbor had a bumper crop of blueberries, so she kept bringing me blueberries, and it was like, oh, I can't eat everything that she was bringing me, so I did freeze some. But I made myself some blueberry jam. Oh my gosh, it was really, really, really good. I did not have pectin, so I used cornstarch, and you know, I put cornstarch in a coffee cup and stirred it up. I made a slurry, I think is what that's called in cooking terms. And I poured that into the blueberry sugar, cinnamon, ginger mixture, and it really thickened it up. It was just amazing. Oh my goodness, it was so good. It is good. I've really been trying really hard not to like eat it every single day because I only made a small batch. But, so I've discovered that it's really good on saltine crackers, which are one of my favorite things in the whole world. This is Granny's Attic. Look at that sailor guy right there. Look at that smile. So I've been eating like peanut butter and blueberry jam on saltine crackers. Oh, y'all, you got to try that. It's like that salty, sweet kind of thing going on. It's so good. Okay, I have rambled long enough. I've rambled for 23 minutes. I hope y'all have a great day. I will get these in the shop a little later on today. Have a beautiful Sunday, my friends. See you soon. Bye.